Hi, everybody. Great speakers, and thank you very much. When I was trying to do my sort of layman's research on the withdrawal agreement, one of the things I tried to find out was the phasing. Assuming it all goes ahead, the phasing of the financial payments to the European Union. And maybe I was looking in the wrong place, but my very layman's reading of the withdrawal agreement, I couldn't find it, and I've tried to internet search. What is do we have to pay it all up front, or is it half and half? Because I think it does matter, not just that we're paying the money, but in
but when we do it.
When we do it, yeah. If it's all up front, that's worrying.
Thank you very much, Timothy. Martin made reference to our payments to the European Union in the course of his remarks. That doesn't mean necessarily you'll know the answer to that, Martin, but can I ask you to say some words about when we're going to pay this billions and billions that you referred to?
Yeah, well, it's over time. It's not all in one lump sum up front, but they are very heavy payments, because what the basis of the most onerous payments is that we have to pay so-called commitments that we made towards the EU budget. These were not legal commitments. These were just sort of political commitments that, the programme would go forward into future years. And the withdrawal agreement has succeeded in turning huge liabilities that are just political liabilities into legal liabilities. And what is worse, there isn't a neutral court to interpret them. It's under the jurisdiction of the European Court that decides on the amount of the bill. There are other liabilities. One which is particularly worrying is a huge guarantee towards the liabilities of the European Central Bank. If that runs into trouble as a result of the COVID emergency or anything else.
Thank you very much, Martin. Lee wanted to come back in.
Under Article 140.5 of the withdrawal agreement, the end figure will only become known in 2029. And under Article 130.8, the actual figure is a classified number.
Good grief. Would you do us a favour, Lee, and would you just put those facts in the chat so that anyone who's got an interest in remembering what you just said can cite chapter and verse to people by copy and pasting what you just said in the chat. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to ask David Campbell Bannerman to come in too.
Thank you. Just very briefly, just to add that if we remained a member of the EU, we'd be paying something like 40 billion or more towards the COVID package of the EU on top of our own one. That might be overlooked, but these sums are huge. Just to add that. Thanks.
It would be perverse if the United Kingdom had to make a contribution to a coronavirus bailout package 4 years after we voted to leave. Barney Reynolds, please.
Just a short point that, as the Eurozone analysis shows, an awful lot of the EU's thinking, approach, and negotiation with us is actually about money. And we need to remember that it's 99% about money.
Thanks, Barney. David Jones, please.
And just one brief point. Of course, it's a very good reason for not sticking around after the end of the transition period. Because, of course, we enter a new multi-annual financial framework. And, of course, as we've just heard, we will have all the COVID liabilities accruing as well. And we will have no seat at the table when that comes to be discussed.